Hi everybody, this is Gabriel. This is video 2 of the free Futures webinar series. Did the top 10 trader challenges from my last video resonate with you? Well, I guess so. Well, then you might be interested in my trading approach and how I use the trader opportunity matrix to capture a lot of opportunities. Every successful trader has a unique style, and you want to learn about my market approach. So I'm a rule-based discretionary trader. So that basically combines the best of two worlds. On the one hand, you have got the rules that in themselves already capture an edge. And on the other side, you've got this discretionary element, the trader quality number that the trader actually adds to the system outcome. I'm looking for very specific visual price patterns that follow a clear set of rules. So typically my systems are 70-80% rule-based and 20-30% discretionary. So I'm a trend follower, and I'm actually very flexible with the symbol list, so the number of future contracts I'm trading and the time frames I'm trading. It's a little bit like a fisherman has got his fishing ground, and within that ground, well, I'm looking specifically for trends. And in this fishing ground, I'm looking for very specific low-risk ideas. So my charts are very clean. I'm not using too many indicators, and my focus is on price action, like the dynamics of the buyer and the seller. What is the difference of my style, my trading approach to other traders? Well, a lot of traders are using what I call the ninja trading style. It's basically they can go long and short at any time. So whenever there's an opportunity coming up. So they might have one trade, let's say on the 5-minute chart, they go long and let's say it's a winner. And 10 minutes later, they get another opportunity and they take a short position. So that's kind of the ninja trading style. I used to trade like that, and I found it's very stressful and very difficult to get consistency week over week. A lot of traders as well, they're focusing on one instrument and one time frame. So they become an expert. So let's say on the ES and the 5-minute chart. So they cannot look at other time frames. Well, obviously that limits them a lot. The market might be in a sideways price activity for an extended period. So this results actually that this trader style is very intuitive. And it's really difficult to learn. So from my experience, it takes at least 5 to 10 years to become profitable. So what I need is, I first need a trend, and this is in not one time frame, but 2 time frames higher. And then I'm looking out for a pattern, a very specific pattern. Well, with this high frame, I've got a clear directional bias, and that's a big edge. So it's a little bit about putting out the fishing rods. So my core future list is 25 future contracts. I'm looking at 11 different time frames, and I'm looking for trade opportunities with my 3 systems. So that's basically a 3-dimensional matrix, and this is what I call the trade opportunity matrix. So at any time of the day, with this vast fishing ground, I'm actually having more than 700 trade opportunities at any time. So now you might think of there's a big difference between 5 seconds and a weekly, monthly, or quarterly chart. That is true, right? I'm actually perceiving the first time frames up the 240-minute chart as my intraday time frames that I might want to swing trade if everything works well. And those time frames 240 and higher is more like the higher time frames. That's what I'm using rather for investments. And typically these higher time frames, I'm not trading with futures, right? There are many other instruments you can use, like ETFs, leverage ETFs, options on futures, and CFDs if you're living outside of the US. So one thing is getting the signal from the future chart, and the second thing is, well, how do you actually execute your trade? Here on the left side, well, you see the asset classes I'm trading. I'm trading US equities, metals, energies, interest rate futures, and other like Bitcoin, a US dollar index, and the volatility future. Well, this is the core list. You can actually add futures like local futures. So all these future trade virtually 24 hours a day. And this is a nice thing. You don't have these gaps and disruptions. You can trade from anywhere in the world at any time. And the market is really liquid for those 25 future contracts. That's why I call them the liquid futures. I hope that was of interest and see you at the next video. Ciao.